If you were around the commentary sphere on YouTube last year, then you would have heard about prison mate Luke. However, he got himself into a bit of drama and just vanished, never to be let out of his cell again. Until now.
Welcome to the No Pressure Program.
Hey everyone, my name is McRefund and welcome back to another video. Today we'll talk about prison mate Luke. Apparently, Homeboy here decided to make a final update video addressing his previous controversies and drama, which we'll lightly gloss over in this video, and we're going to discuss if this was a good return or not, and whether he should have just stayed gone or if this was a good apology video. Let's hop into it. This section won't be too long as the topic was done to death by other and more competent YouTubers than I, but I digress. Luke joined YouTube May 14th, 2020 and somehow gained 100,000 followers within 7 fucking months. Now I know what you're thinking, but McRefund, how did he get so many subscribers in such a short time? Were his videos good? No, he wasn't good. In fact, his commentary videos were the most low effort stuff I've ever seen, only comparable to TikTok commentary.
Seriously, another fairy video, and this time I got tagged in it. Before I start roasting the fuck out of this person and breaking guidelines, I'm just gonna say thank you guys so much for the recent support on my videos. I literally hit 17k in the log playlist, and TikTok put my video back up!
Please, for the love of fuck, stop deep-throating your microphone like you're being pimped out while recording. Remember, it's a microphone, not a new Patreon. But Luke isn't really much better.
I guess I should have assumed that just because Twitter is taking action, it's not going to have immediate or really any success, because
the first thing you'll notice about Luke is his really unenthusiastic voice. It sounds like he hasn't slept in years, and he sounds like that in every goddamned video.
This wasn't a video I was planning on making. YouTube has a predator problem. Honestly, I didn't expect Craig to respond. Chaotic is a YouTuber that's been on the site for almost its entire lifespan.
That's the one and only consistent thing about this man. He is inconsistent in his opinions, only looking at the surface level of any drama and never digging further for the truth. Just throwing out baseless claims any chance he got, always hunting for views instead of hunting for the truth.
He later goes on to compare me to Keemstar or Scarce because I don't dig deep into things, or that I only cover big topics, when most of my videos don't need some deep dive to find the truth, or even if there needs to be one. Do I need a deep dive for iCarly coming back, or Pornhub being exposed? No, because those are surface level things that you can find all the info on if you look up an article, or a doc, or just a few videos.
Okay then. This is probably one of the worst examples of strawmanning I've ever seen, and in the way Luke went about this, it's almost comical just how wrong he is. He says his videos don't need some big dive to find the truth, and then he brings up his videos about iCarly coming back and Pornhub. Two of the least commentary-esque videos on his channel. I can't fathom how he could get anything other than exactly what I meant, and if by some miracle he didn't, and is just the most unself-aware person ever, he says all this while showing his pyro apology video, where he flip-flops from another video where he did terrible research. How clown-like can a person be before it stops becoming funny?
As you can see, during the Just Stop's critical video on Luke here, he openly admitted to never digging beyond the surface, while completely ignoring Just Stop's point. So I'm gonna echo his point. He shouldn't be a fucking commentator if he's not willing to do the research himself. And that's not even the worst he's done, because we all get things wrong sometimes. We aren't perfect and we make mistakes, but I think our problem with Luke is his inability to take criticism. Let me explain. Just Stop has made a video on Luke critiquing his videos for his poor conduct and bad research. How do you think Luke responded? Let's just say he handled it just as well as Cotton Thread holding up a fucking piano. I would show you what I mean, but he deleted the videos, so sorry about that. So instead, you can watch Just Stop's video about the subject. They were really well put together and I agree with his points. So go watch his videos if you want more context. I'll link them in the description below. But my biggest problem with him is his video discussing the Hopeless Peaches and Creepshow art drama. The biggest problem I had is what he said to Hopeless Peaches during the meltdown she had. I'll let Cruel World Happy Mind explain it for me.
Tweet, I think I'm just about done. Goodbye. This tweet was supposed to imply self-harm and an unaliving attempt that was stopped by a close friend, and the next day Peaches tweeted, sorry for that last tweet, followed by a video suggestion 2 days later. But this nonchalant return to social media convinced the YouTuber Prison Mike Prison Mate Luke that Hopeless Peaches was unaliving themselves baiting and faked a mental health crisis to gain pity from her audience. However, according to Peaches and friends, Peaches, who had spoken openly about her mental health, had genuinely endured a mental health crisis on that day and was on the brink of ending her life. However, Luke doubled down and uploaded a video on December 3rd of 2020 titled "Stop Lying Peaches."
And I said she was sympathy baiting to her audience by not only constantly saying how she's going to be taking a break for her mental health and never doing it, instead just ignoring what she said and acting like she never posted it. She would also make really serious posts on Twitter saying how she's done goodbye, went offline for half a day, and then acted like it was nothing afterward. And I felt like that wasn't fair to her fans and I called her out for it.
Accusing Peaches of faking a mental health crisis. Why someone would feel the need to speculate whether or not someone wants to genuinely end their life, I don't know. Even if
Now, as you can see, Luke decided to say that Peaches was sympathy baiting her audience and faking her mental illness, and went as far as to say she's a shitty person for doing that.
At 2030, he claims Peaches would constantly come back for sympathy when relating to her mental health. But the twit longer he shows only states that her schedule will get more spaced out or shorter because she wants to focus on mental health, and this lines up with the dates of her videos being posted. It doesn't appear as sympathy baiting at all, just explaining why her schedule is different. Worst of his claims, he states at 2038 that Peaches tried to bait the ending of her own life to her audience with vague tweeting, having apparently done this for a long time, without giving examples and saying she only ever used it as a pity me card along with her depression. I know for a fact this claim is bullshit because I know the person who spoke to Peaches when this event occurred. She mentioned them in a thread anonymously, but I and many others know him as Manga Kamen. He confirmed to me that it did happen, and even if it did not, that isn't something you should really say, Luke, because you don't know. The best you can do is speculate, but you state it in the video as if it's fact, and that she's scummy, that it says a lot about her as a person, claims her audience deserves better, that she must not care about her audience to have done that, and that she will continue to use her mental health to avoid criticism. Like, wow, that's not a good thing to say when you don't have clear confirmation.
Now I know I'm quoting Just Stop here, but as stated before, Luke took down those videos, so I can't exactly show you what he said, but I can show you his response to the claim.
Luke's response to my saying he shouldn't have said she suicide baited her audience when there was no proof and it would most likely worsen her mental health?
I didn't have clear confirmation. What I do have is a pattern of her constantly going on about how she needs a break from YouTube but never taking it, a pattern of her practically begging for sympathy from her followers, and a pattern of her ignoring her own advice and her still talking about this drama. Patterns I showed in my video, and ones I could even show more of had she not deleted her Twitter the day before this video came out.
Oh, really?
Now, as you can see, he admitted that he didn't have proof but decided to use the extremely uneducated guess as a fucking fact. Now, you're allowed to speculate if that was her intentions. How you should have went about it is how she's conducting herself after this drama leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It seems like she's sympathy baiting, and I hope I'm wrong about that. You see the difference? In my example, I didn't make a definitive claim. I only made a guess on my own feelings, and that's obvious with how I worded it. But you decided to act like she was sympathy baiting and that your word was law. And it turned out that her mental state was indeed a fact and she really was close to ending it. And that's why you shouldn't throw fucking accusations like that, because all it does is make it worse for people like Peaches. Now I'm done with the recap of past events that lead up to present day, and after being put on trial by so many people, his credibility diminished and his reputation was ruined. His views started dying, then he disappeared without a trace, arrested and detained, never to be released again. Then he reappeared with a fucking apology video. Sorry if I skipped over Luke's controversies as fast as I did, but his past misconduct is not the focus of today's video. If you want to know the full extent of his bullshit, I'll link Just Stop, Just a Robot, Harley TBS, and Manga Kamen's video discussing the topic in the description below. Trust me folks, it's a fuck ton to get through. But let's discuss his attempt at a prison break by coming back to YouTube with a really bad apology video. We're gonna break it down and discuss why it's bad and why he should never return to YouTube. At least don't return as a commentator, he already burnt that fucking bridge long ago. Also, his apology video is literally blank, it's just audio, and his reasoning is that gameplay would seem disingenuous in his opinion. So I'm gonna put my own in the gameplay in the background for eye candy. I don't want y'all to pass out listening to his monotone voice. I'll also link his apology video in the description so that no one can accuse me of taking shit out of context. Now let's hop into this goddamn nightmare.
I haven't recorded in over a year, and I just moved into a different house. I've been putting this off for a long time now, and to be honest, I haven't even looked at my channel since I last uploaded. I just wanted to try and get away from this all and run away from all of it.
Running away and hiding from criticism is obviously the worst way to resolve any drama. Now let's give him the benefit of a doubt that he isn't sympathy baiting in his statement, something he wasn't willing to do with Hopeless Peaches. It's kind of hypocritical to be a commentary YouTuber, something centered around criticizing other people, but proceed to get ass chapped when others point out your shitty behavior. Not only that, you were so salted that you just vanished off the face of the planet for a year to hide from the drama. That's just another example why you shouldn't come back as a commentator, something he will address later in his apology, but let's continue.
I handled a lot of drama, especially towards the end of me being on YouTube awfully. And I never apologized publicly or even talked about it at all. I tried handling things privately and sweeping it under the rug, but it wasn't the right thing to do, and it didn't do much of anything anyway. I got really angry at people, to be honest. Way too angry at people, unjustifiably angry. And I let that get in the way of doing the right thing or even being smart about it.
And this is why I don't think it's a good apology. He never apologized directly to the people he harmed. What makes a good apology is addressing who you're apologizing to and tell him what you're sorry for, but Luke never did that in his video. What he should have done for Peaches was say this: "Hopeless Peaches, I am truly sorry for what I have done to you. I shouldn't have called your mental disorder fake and your mental breakdown on Twitter you begging for attention and sympathy. It was really fucked up of me. I harmed you and only made it worse by making baseless accusations, and for that I am truly sorry." You see, in my example, I addressed Peaches directly. I said what I did without pussyfooting around it. I showed remorse by explaining how it harmed Peaches and why I shouldn't have done it in the first place. But instead, you just throw a blanket statement of an apology. Even for the person you wronged most, this is all you had to say for the Hopeless Peaches drama in your video.
Videos like the Hopeless Peaches ones, I don't really want to leave those up and feed into the drama anymore, especially since it's gone on for so long that I don't even really know what's up with it anymore. Especially since Shannon or Creepshow Art turned out to be a terrible person, I don't really want to leave that up to kind of support her anymore.
Now, if you don't know who Creepshow Art is, I suggest watching Cruel World Happy Minds video talking about the subject, which I'll link in the description below again. And the reason why is because it's a whole lot of shit to get through, and that's not the topic of this video, and trust me, I do not have the mental state to keep up with all that shit. Anyway, as you can see here, he has specifically stated that he's privating the videos involving Hopeless Peaches because the person he was defending turned out to be a bad person, not because he wronged Peaches. And keep in mind, he is privating the videos, not deleting them, which means he gets to keep the views of those videos. Why would he do that instead of just deleting the videos? It seems to me that he isn't very sorry and still has no problem profiting off those videos, which is kind of scummy in my opinion. Also, it took him over a fucking year to take down these videos too. This drama was going on in 2020, mind you. Yeah, he only decided to take them down now after the drama has died down. That's pathetic, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
And I eventually just stopped looking at everything. My socials, my channel, even other drama videos, because I couldn't handle it. That said, this isn't a sympathy upload. I fucked up a lot.
Keep in mind that this is just my opinion, but I call total bullshit on this not being a sympathy upload. You're giving us a fucking sob story about how this drama made you feel when this apology should be about the people you wronged. Sorry to say, Luke, but none of us care how it made you feel, especially since you're the one who caused it. So spare me the fucking theatrics and stop making this about you and how you feel. Instead of giving us bullshit, you should have just apologized to Peaches and everyone else you wronged and tried to throw under the bus. The only time he actually apologizes is in this pinned comment, which was a bad move on your part, Luke, but of course people are blaming Peaches in replies of his apology. I guess Peaches replied and deleted her comment because it's not there anymore. Peaches, please do not act entitled. You deserve an apology and you're given one, but being stuck up about it and expecting the person to flawlessly hit all the checkboxes you want just leads to an ingenuine apology. Let me be clear, you do not get to fucking dictate how Peaches responds to her own apology. If she does not want to forgive him, then she is in her right to do so. She is not entitled, especially since she was the one who was fucking wronged by Luke. She is not being stuck up, especially because this was not a genuine apology anyway, so do us all a favor and grow the fuck up. What Luke did was extremely immature. He is at the mercy of Peaches. She decided whether to forgive him or not you. Let's move on before I tear this man's for the rest of this video.
And this isn't me apologizing so I can come back without backlash or try to get back into drama, because that's not what I want to do. I don't plan on coming back to this channel. This will probably be the final video on the channel, hopefully.
Well, at least he's somewhat self-aware. In my personal opinion, Luke has already burnt the bridge of being a commentator. He ended up hurting a lot of people with his hit pieces, low-effort research. He is too mature to handle the responsibility of talking about drama. This isn't like reviewing a game or movie. Real people are involved and real people can get hurt or even their careers ended over misinformation. The Slazo situation is a shining example of that. You had the luck to blow up and get shit ton of views, but you've ruined it, so don't come back, at least not as a commentator. Now let's wrap up my thoughts and opinions.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
As we finally come to a close, I believe it's time to put Luke back behind bars. He royally fucked up his chances at YouTube stardom by being a hypocritical critic, always willing to dish out the criticism but never being able to take it himself. He harmed a lot of people during the short time he was here and didn't apologize for almost 2 years. And when he did finally apologize, he didn't address the crux of the issues and never explained why he was apologizing to begin with beyond surface level. What else were we expecting when he never researches beyond surface level anyway? Hopefully he stays true to his word and never returns to YouTube again. This has been McRefund, also known as the Master Debater. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, leave a comment telling me what you want me to talk about next, and subscribe for more content coming your way. See you in the next one, bitches. Peace.